Hi, I'm Domenico the Clario. This is the fifth reading in a series of readings that describe a walk I undertook in 2003 titled Breathing for Biagio Walking, and it took place from Fremantle's railway station to the town of Calabarin in the goldfields over 7 days. The prose poem I'm reading is constructed in 7 stanzas, and I will now read you the 6th of Breathing for Biagio Walking. If you hear screeching, it's actually birds on the roof that are scratching away at the tin roof. Nothing more sinister than that. Stanza 6. What memories do I have of the walk to Calabarin? Here are some I can share with you, because there are so many I cannot. So from Fremantle's passenger terminal, I walked to Midland, trying to carry a suitcase unobtrusively. But everyone that passes by looks at me fixedly. I'm trying to walk as though I'm just going down the next street to deliver something, or I'm going to stay with friends around the corner. The next day I get to the edge of Midland's endless warehouses, and I start to climb uphill towards the escarpment. Abruptly, the footpath stops and there's nothing to walk on except stony red soil, very little of it, maybe a metre between the edge of the pavement and the steep fall towards bushy undergrowth. Trucks come hurtling down the hill endlessly, and the rush of the volume of air they push ahead of them forces me sideways. It's difficult to sustain a purposeful movement with a constant rumble of huge machinery hurtling downhill only centimetres away. It wouldn't have been like that in 1956, and that thought is somehow comforting to me. Biagio would have had more time to consider, to ponder, to look around him, and to think of Sicily. I'm far too engaged with trying to keep out of the way of the semis, especially on those sections where the guardrail leaves no space between it and the road. I have to step out onto the bitumen, timing my movements exactly to coincide with rare gaps in the traffic, or else battle the brushy growth on the other side of the rail. My feet start hurting and I realize I have the wrong shoes. What did Biagio wear? Light passeggiata shoes, perhaps, the two-tone ones with cream and tan coloured leather, delicately engraved with floral patterns. I have to constantly alternate the carrying hand for the suitcase, and both hands after a few kilometres are already swollen. How did Biagio get all the way to Kalgoorlie carrying his tan-coloured suitcase? There's so much noise and dust. I realise that all the things I'd planned to think about haven't entered my mind at all. I cannot recall one single thought I've had since I started walking. I stopped to cover a blister with a special stick-on band-aid. I struggled for the last few kilometres, and I'm so relieved to see the Sawyers Valley's shops where my car has been left by an assistant in front of a tiny pub. That's stanza number 6, and I will read you stanza 7 tomorrow. Thanks for listening.